Hey there, Blair Packham here from SongStudio. If you want to know more about songwriting, the creative process, the music business, all of these things, you've come to the right place. Hooks and ladders. These videos cover all those things and more. So you could like this video and all the other ones too. You could share them with your friends. You could subscribe to more videos, or you could check out our website, songstudio.ca, where you can sign up for our email list and connect with us that way.
Here's another peek at what we did at SongStudio Online last August. Hope you enjoy.
The primary directive, the prime directive is make people feel something. And if it's working, just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean that it has to be changed, you know?
And here's the thing. If you develop techniques that you can apply as strategies to show the emotion, to bring the emotion forward, hey, why not here and there? For example, I'm sure everyone would groan on this one too, the whole vocal fry thing of like that thing, right? Which there's tons of people making fun of it and commenting on it online. You can find it. Or the breathiness. So if I'm going, whoo, maybe I want to go, ah, and there's a reason that breath is brought into it, or the little bend into the note, or a fall. Now, is that a bit overthought, or, is that true to the person? Well, maybe not, but these are little techniques that applied sparingly and with sincerity, they can really make a difference. Sometimes I've said to singers, like, everything you're doing is wonderful, but maybe we could just bring an approach of like a little bit of humility, and a way to do that. And it sounds so like, preconceived, because it kind of is. If you put a little more air brings a feeling of intimacy, and I'm really singing to you.
Yes, vulnerability. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to some degree, all of us in life, but all of us in music as well, are actors. Because, again, civilians sometimes will say to me, if I sing a song about a heartbreaking moment in my life, and I've had a few, they'll say, oh, was that hard for you? And I think, nope, I just sang it, because I can't, I don't know about you, but I can't relive those heartbreaking moments to that degree every time I sing the song. That would be crazy. I mean, that would make me crazy. So, there's a certain amount of acting, because you're trying to convey an emotion to somebody else. You're not necessarily trying to relive all your heartbreak again. So I think there are things that are completely justifiable, but for me, it just comes down to what it is I like. So it's selfish on my part. Not when I'm producing somebody, I try and figure out what it is they like and what it is they want to do. But there's always going to be my taste in there too. And I always think, well, that's why they hired me.
Exactly. If you want to work on your own without someone's input, then self-produce, right?
Yeah.
That thing of like live performance, like imagine, I remember when Sarah McLachlan's big hit, I Will Remember You. It's such a simple but touching delivery. And I think she won a Grammy for the single or something. Anyway, and I remember thinking when I was listening to her do it live, and I was like, she invests every molecule of her being in every note. How is she doing that? And not just phoning it in, And so there is a certain performers, songwriters, artists, singer-songwriter artists have to find that place that's right for them, that they feel sincere about, to tap into something. But it's not, like you say, it's not... I'm not reliving the experience. Otherwise, my heart would be in shreds, right? And one of my first times to apply that for myself, I was playing saxophone in a cover band in Dubai in a 5-star hotel, don't you know? Wow. I had a good motivation, which was I wanted to, a Bahamian singer, an amazing R&B singer, asked me if I would I'd been gigging a bit with him, like as a side person. He's like, would you come and do this 3-month contract? And I was like, how much? Because I wanted to make my first album. And I was like, I could really use some cash to make this album. So I agreed. Plus I'm an adventurer. I love adventures. I like going somewhere weird in the world. And, but when you perform, and this is not even singing, this is playing saxophone, the same songs, and you're going from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m., you're doing 4 or 5 sets, and it's 6 nights a week. By about month 2, like, you know, even I love James Brown. Bow, bow, bow. I love those lines, but oh my God. And then it would be my turn to solo, and I'd be like, oh my God. Like, then I realized I really am an original music artist because I can't stand playing, you know, cover tunes over and over. But I had to find a psychological trick to apply that dedication. And I thought about Sarah McLachlan. And I was like, okay, I have to invest every molecule of myself in every note because this is my life. I have to be present to my life because one day I'll be gone. And here I am now. And this is one note that is going to be, I'm going to give to the universe. Like, it's like a kind of philosophical, you know, trick that I used.
Yeah, I think that makes total sense. When I first started playing solo, I was terrible. I was really terrible. And I had decades playing in bands. And suddenly I was playing solo. I just started, if somebody asked me, can you play? I got an acoustic guitar and I started playing solo. And I was terrible because I was trying to replicate the dynamics and the sound of a band somehow by hitting the guitar really hard. And I literally, and somebody I respect, the late Michael Ratcraft, I respected so much and had worked with him. He came to see me play, and he'd never heard me play before. And he said to me after, he said, I thought you were good. And I said, oh, thanks. He said, no, I thought you were good. You're not. Oh. And I said, what? And he said, no, you weren't good. You weren't dynamic. You plowed through the songs. You know, the beautiful moments that I hear on the record, even though they're played by a band, I didn't hear any of that.
Wow.
And I, you know, I hated him for about 10 minutes and thought, okay, he's right though. And I literally, like you say, like a philosophical choice, you know, I just decided I'm going to be good. I've been playing music live for people for decades, and I'm going to be good. And I swear I haven't had a bad gig since. Now, it doesn't mean there have always been people there to watch me. It doesn't mean I haven't sung out of tune, et cetera, et cetera. But I've had a gig where I tried my best and did the best I could. And it is a philosophy. You make a decision. Likewise with songwriting, you know. You know, they say you have to write the shitty songs to get to the good ones. But hopefully you're not writing them shitty on purpose. You know, you're taking it seriously. It's a gift. Music is a gift. And anyway, I would like to get you to do another song, actually, if you would.
Okay. This song is called You Are Loved. You know, sometimes when you have a song title, you're like, oh, there's probably like 1,000 songs with the same title. And then you Google it, like, yep. But, you know, I'm like, nope, this is the title. And fine. So there's other people with the same title. Is the level of piano okay? Yeah. This is, folks might relate to, if you have had a sibling who has been estranged, who has gone AWOL, it's really painful. And I have 3 brothers, full disclosure, and one of my brothers decided, this is about 5 years ago, that he just disappeared from me. He just wouldn't answer any communications. I actually had to do a recon mission after about a year. I was losing my shit because we were very close. And I got an airplane and then a bus and rented a car, and because he lives in a remote area, and I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't sick or harmed or something. Like, we've come back a little bit, but we're not all the way for where we used to be, and I still to this day don't know what happened. disappeared. So I have come to look for you, just to see your face. Oh, brother, where are you? I follow you down the trail, see you kneel by the river, watch as you raise your eyes. Oh, brother, how are you? I know I love large, I'm trying to contain it, but my heart is so vast, I can't restrain it. You are loved. You are loved. From earth below, heaven above, you are loved. The forest sacred and wild, a raven circles and calls your name. This temple is your home. Oh, brother, who are you? I know I love large, I'm trying to restrain it, but my heart is so vast, I can't contain it. You are loved. You are loved. From earth below and heaven above, you are loved. I'm trying to understand, afraid to know, but I have to ask why you're turning away. Oh, brother, why are you? Hoping to convince you to return. Take your time, I give you my word. You are loved. You are loved. From earth below and heaven above, you are loved. Hey, you are loved. You are loved.
That's so lovely. That's so lovely. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that song. I was writing down in the other song too, by the way. I was writing down lines that I loved. Um, in that one, I love the reference. I can't remember specifically the animals you mentioned in I think. But this temple is your home. I just love the way you took us there, to that place. And the other song, by the way, if it's not too late to go back, I wrote down, try to remember that spring is held in winter's arms. Even when we don't get along, we still belong in this human family. They're just beautiful sentiments. And to me, this speaks so much about who you are, as a producer and as a songwriter and as a performer, as a figure in our scene in Toronto, if it can still be called a scene at our age. But you know what I mean. It just speaks to who you are. Your community mind, and it's beautiful. Give a big round of applause to Lisa Patterson, please. You can. Do you mind if people contact you? And if so, if
100% contact me.
you put your email in the chat, or
info@lisapattersonmusic.com.
info@lisapatterson.com.
Music.com.
Oh, music, right?
Yeah.
Music.com.
And if you Google me, you'll find my site, and there's contact there too. If you forget or whatever, it's fine.
Okay, great. Thanks so much, Lisa.
Okay, thank you so much for everyone, and good luck. Keep writing your songs, no matter even if anyone ever hears them. You gotta bring that inner experience to the outer world.
Thanks for taking a glimpse with us inside the SongStudio workshop from last August. Stay tuned for more.